What's up, Blue Jay fans? Rob Scott of the Jay Talking Podcast back with another game day recap, and the Jays did it. They won 2 in a row for the first time this season. What's the date? On the 30th, on the last day of the month, they finally win their second in a row, so congrats to them. Get that monkey off their back. And the Jays also win their first series against Tampa Bay, who was just one spot ahead of them. So let's go over it quickly. Tampa Bay 12-13 against the Jays, who are 7-17 coming in. Tampa is 4th in the AL East, though they're a +4, which is the two teams ahead of them. Boston and Baltimore have a lower plus-minus differential. Jays come in -23. Tampa is just 3-9 on the road and 3-8 at home. The Jays are 3-8 at home. Offense for Tampa is 10th overall. Their pitching staff ranks 6th overall in MLB. That's a 3.69 ERA. Jays offense 28th overall, and their staff 21st overall. I got to pick my nose. Staff 21st overall with a 4.26 ERA. Chris Archer on the hill against Aaron Sanchez. This is a battle of two guys on my fantasy squad. Chris Archer comes in 2-1 with a 3.94 ERA in 32 innings with 32 Ks. He's got a 1.38 whip and a 2.52 opponent batting average. That's higher than his career norm of 2.32, I believe. Aaron Sanchez 0-1, 4.38. He's come back off the DL with the blister problem. He has a 2.29 opponent batting average in just 12 1/3 innings this year. News and notes on the game. Tulowitzki, he had said that he cannot run. He cannot even bend over. He can hit, but he was able to hit the moment he was injured. That's not an issue. And he will miss at least the next 2 series, and that's according to him. So you got to think that this could be a longer injury than we had suspected, and that could hurt. But that's the way it is. So let's get to the scoring. Top of the first. What's notable here is Aaron Sanchez, of course. He pitched 1 inning, 13 pitches, threw all fastballs, no breaking pitches, and that is because he re-injured his finger. And it was reported that it was a split in the nail that was partially removed. So this is not good news. This is not a good way to start this game on a team that's already in the dumps. But again, that's life. That's how it is. And you could tell he was dejected, and you could tell he probably thought there was a problem very early on, probably out of his bullpen session, because like I say, he did not even approach a breaking pitch. So he was gone, and will most likely be placed back on the DL, and that's the way it is. Shitty is shitty. We go to the bottom of the first. Again, there was no scoring, but Chris Archer threw behind Bautista, and that was likely in retaliation for a Biagini hitting Steve Souza. Now, I am very, very pro hitting players in retaliation as a way to self-police. Very pro. Maybe it's my toxic masculinity. I don't know, but I enjoy it, and I believe it should be in the game. But I don't think it was necessary in this instance, because you could tell from Biagini's reaction when he hits Souza, it was not on purpose. There was no intent there. But Chris Archer felt the need to reply, and he did, threw behind him, and Bautista gave him that bearded stare. I love that stare. He's got a good stare down. I will give Jose that. He's got a great stare down, and that beard is so well groomed, it looks fake. But anyway, nothing came of it. I think the sides were warned, and that was about it. So no score, but yeah, so here we are in the first. Now we're looking at a Jays pen for 8 innings. One of the worst pens in terms of ERA in Major League Baseball. And you got to think this isn't going to be good. And it was exactly the opposite. They pitched wonderful. And there was no scoring. They held Tampa Bay down until the 8th inning. That was the first time they scored. Tampa Bay got on the board first with 2 men on. Daniel Robertson had a sac bunt with a man on third, and he scored. And this is what I love about fundamentals. And I know it's not part of the game right now. It's not just the Blue Jays. It appears to be an MLB thing, baseball wide. And you heard Buck and Pat talk about it, and they said, you know what? It's not just. It's not just the small fundamentals of bunting and hit and run. It's catchers throwing. It's all these things. It's stealing, and I believe everything is cyclical. And this part of the game will come back to baseball, and I look forward to it coming back to baseball because I like more than the home runs are sexy and they're fun and they give you the boner or the vagina wetness or whatever you need, but it's not. I want to see the whole well-rounded game. I want to see a well-rounded game, and that's what fundamentals bring. A lot of people don't like it; they think it's not worth it. You don't get the scoring. I don't know what the statistics are on it, but anyway. Let's not keep rambling. So it's 1-0 Tampa Bay in the 8th. Again, you're looking at another loss, another low-scoring game. But the Blue Jays turned it around in the bottom part of their 8th. Barney walked. Pilar hit a shot to third that hit off Longoria, and it should have went through, but it bounced, and they got him out. It was a lucky bounce for them. But that did move Barney along, and Batista with an RBI double. Just missed a bomb. That made it 1-1, tied the game. And then Russ Martin with an RBI single. That scored Batista. And then Zeke Carrera came in with a pinch hit single, and that scored Martin. 3-1 Blue Jays in the 8th. And that's where it would end. The Blue Jays win 3-1. Let's look at the offense. Wherever the hell it is on my papers. So another low-scoring game, low-hitting game. Jays had 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 11 men left on base. Jose Batista was 2 for 4 with a run and a rib. That was Jose's 1,000th base hit for the Blue Jays and 9th all-time for the franchise. Kendrys Morales was 2 for 3 with a run. Russ Martin 1 for 3, a rib and a walk. Zeke Carrera was 1 for 1 with a rib. That is now a 10-game hit streak for him. And Darwin Barney was 0 for 2, and he scored the other run. Tampa's offense was even worse. 4 hits, 1 run, 5 walks, 10 Ks, 13 men left on base. Brad Miller 2 for 3. Derek Norris 1 for 3. Daniel Robertson 0 for 2 with the rib. Logan Morrison 1 for 2, a run and 2 walks. Jays pitching, Aaron Sanchez just with that 1 inning, a walk and a K through 13 pitches, and he left the game. So we'll be updating him with more news later. Ryan Tepera was excellent in this game. 3 1/3. He set the tone really for the pen. I mean, if you can do that, but he did keep this team in the game. 3 1/3, 1 hit, 5 Ks. So that's beautiful him. Loop, 2 innings, 2 walks, a K, got a couple double plays. Dominic Leone, 2/3, a hit, a K. Joe Smith, 2/3. He gave up the run, a walk. J.P. Howell came in, tossed a third of an inning, a walk. He got the win. That's 1-0 for him. So J.P. Howell, his first win as a Blue Jay. If he records 175 more wins as a Blue Jay, he will move into the franchise lead past Dave Steve all time. And then Roberto Osuna came in, tossing again 95, 96 mile an hour BBs. He got his third save, a shutout inning, and it was great to see. As bad as he looked and as bad as it felt 2 games previous when he was tossing low 90s, he's now corrected that the last 2 games. So now you feel confident in him again. He's turned it right back on again. So I think maybe the injury risk is minimized or even completely wiped out with him now. So that's good news. Tampa's pitching. Chris Archer, he pitched very well. 7 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 Ks, 3.43 ERA. Alex Colome came in. He blew the save, took the loss on a third of an inning. 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 K. And then Danny Farquhar, the ex-Blue Jay, came in and mopped up a third of an inning. So that's it. The Blue Jays win their first 2-game win streak of the season, their first series win of the season. The Blue Jays are at Yankee Stadium tomorrow. The 8-17 now. Jays, Marco Estrada, the hard luck, 0-1. No wins yet this season, no run support, but he's posting a very nice 2.70 ERA. He will be facing Luis Severino, who is 2-1 with a 3 ERA for the Yankees. So that's it for the Blue Jays. Thank you very much for joining me. We will see you tomorrow. Blue Jays versus Yankees.